Hey there, Cactus. You and me, let's play some Modern Skyblock 2. Yeah! Oh. Howdy, folks. Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the Modern Skyblock 2 server. And there's been a few changes. I need to show off a few things here and do a little explaining. I'm in the Astral Sorcery area that I did on the stream with the last time I was on here. And there's been an update. There'd been a whole bunch of updates to the Modpack that we hadn't done anything on the server for a long time. And this pack has evolved in many different ways. There's been a lot of things gating one thing after another, and it changed, and finally we were saying we had just updated the server, and then there were a whole bunch of other updates that had just come out, and we were going, we don't want to update, and so we hadn't. And the problem was people getting to the pack and playing it were saying, hey, I've got a quest menu and you're not showing that on yours. And there was getting a greater and greater divergence between what we were playing with and what was the latest out there. And the Modpack author was saying the best thing to do is just wipe the world and restart. And I was talking with Thor and with Nonsanity, and we were saying, do we really want to do that? That's a lot of work to get up to the point where we got. I know I got very comfortable with having the refined storage. I thought that was a major milestone, and so I was very happy having that. And Thor said, well, here's what I'll do. Let me make a backup and upgrade the server that the three of us are playing on and see how that's behaving. And it behaved very nicely. But there was one problem in that there's quests. And here's the very first quest, which is gather dirt, gather some sort of sapling, and then craft a plant matter. And once you've done that, then you get a loot chest. Well, if we take a look here, there's not just a few quests, there's lots of quests. And we were looking at this and going, holy cow, that's a lot of stuff. Now, the stuff that's gray here, I have no way of accessing because I don't have any of the prerequisites done. Like this one requires radioactive powders, or powder, which is this one. And I haven't done that yet. So I can't access this. This one here, titanium, I can click it and I need to craft, or actually retrieve, it doesn't need a craft, but a titanium alchemical ore dust and a titanium ingot. Once I've got those items, then this completes and I get the loot chest. Anyway, I spent probably going on 2 to 3 hours going through completing these quests. The stuff that was like just pick up, retrieve. Well, I've already got tertius alchemical dust, so that was really easy. Just pick it up once it was unlocked. But I had to go through a bunch of these, and a bunch of these things were already done. But I didn't want to go through and actually make another one. Like the combustion, it wants me to craft a hopper and a combustion collector. I didn't want to make another one of those. So there's the way of going through and changing that. Now let's take a look at some of these quests here. Right below me, I've got the Starlight crafting altar, and it's a different construction. It used to have those funky floating pieces out around, and I kind of like this better. It shows you the actual crafting space. See how it's got that actual, you've got the 3x3 and then the stuff around the. I like this a lot. And that one's not linked. I just noticed that guy's not linked. All the others are linked and they're looking really cool. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that. Or did I put it over here? Put it over here. So let's go ahead and you come down here. Did you link? Shift link. Link. Oh, it's not linking. Oh, I unlinked it. Oh, that's okay. I'll mess with that later. I wonder if it just doesn't like that. Anyway, oh, something else. These illumination powder. I went ahead and crafted some of these. It's just glowstone around an aquamarine in the crafting table to get me 16 of these illumination powders. They are as bright as torches, and yet they've got the little animated sparkly effects. So I was going, cool. Oh, did you see this? It's now linked over here instead of... Oh well. Anyway, very annoying. So, if I come back out here, and this was Ancient Magics. There we go. I've completed some of these, but here's the Starlight crafting altar. It needs a retrieval, because you don't actually craft this, it pops out. Well, let's pop that out. I just retrieved it. Is that not going to work? Oh, that's Celestial Altar. Is that the Celestial, not the... Oh, well... Starlight crafting. Oh, there's the Celestial. There's a problem. I thought this one was that one. So I've already crafted this. I'm all the way up here. So I'm going to go ahead and complete this one. This is 588. So to do that, it's the BQ admin complete, and then the number of it, 588, and then who is completing it? Me. They just completed that quest. We can come back here. You can see this is now complete, and I can go ahead and grab my loot chest, and that unlocked this one. And because otherwise I needed that done now, so that's how I did a bunch of these quests. Now if I just retrieve this, and that's the quest completion stuff that's supposed to pop up, which is the way it's supposed to. And why it beeps twice for me, I don't get. But it beeps twice. But anyway, and we take a quick look at this here. That's now complete. Claim. Done. So I went through and I completed a bunch of these things just because I wanted to. Another one that I want to do is underneath the Ancient Magic. Where are you? No, that's Ancient Magic. No, Cyclist mods. That's what I was doing. A bunch of these things here with... the blood magic, no, evil craft. I've already crafted the promise of tenacity, and these this is the velocity. I've got 4 of those, and this would be the productivity. I've got 4 of those, so I'm going to go ahead and unlock those. There's a bunch of other things. This one here, once it crafted, and I've technically not crafted that. I went, or maybe I did. This, yes, this is the Exalted Crafter. And you see it needs an ender chest, which I can do now because I can make the Eye of Ender down below with my chemical infuser combination whatchamajigger. And the nice thing about this little dealywhacker is it gives me the crafting, like the crafting table on a stick, but I also have access to my tools and whatnot. So I'm liking that. Anyway, let's go take a look and see what we get out of this loot chest. Oh, slime sling and slime boots, cool. And if we get this one, a gluttony charm. Okay, well, let's go downstairs. And I made a little connection over there just in case somebody is over here and they need access to it. I went through and did a whole bunch of these quests and loot chests, and here's the results. You know, I have filled up this perfectly. I can't put these guys in anymore. There's no more room. So lots of bowls. These ones actually had water in them, and it would pour out wherever I was. It was very annoying. But I've got some empowered wooden Exalted Crafters, and I think the empowerment on these means that they are soulbound. And this has a different storage. I'm guessing it's like an extra storage space. That's kind of cool. I might actually use that more. Polisher, not really sure what uses that. These are just some baubles, some spiky claws, some pink sheep. Yeah, like most of this stuff is just nonsense. Pebbles, some gold coins, some food here, explosive heavy snowballs. This is kind of cool. This tome here, it has all the various manuals in them. So I can sit there and say, let's see what the industrial foregoing manual has. And now I've got the stuff here. So it's a pretty cool... Did I just get that, or it opened it? Can I get out from that? Yeah. There's got to be a key binding probably for that. And I've disabled a lot of my key bindings. Reinforced dirt brick, some of these mineral torches. I love them because they're not regular torches. Some of these nifty little bits. Useful for getting the charms so that the mobs don't attack you, but I really don't care that much. This is really handy right now because with the Nebulous Heart, I can go ahead and not use. Yeah, I can use the Nebulous Heart. That gives me Ender Pearls. Yes, it gives me Ender Pearls. So that's how I got a bunch of my initial Ender Pearls, was from those. Rainbow bricks, some of these Twilight Forest charms, diamond fishing rod. I've not played with that. Ooh, the invigorating pendant is really nice. You can put a potion into there, and as long as there's blood supplied, it will run. I got 2 of those. Some worms, an ME controller. Wouldn't that be really nice to just jump right into ME? No, that's got to be a chiseled thing. Chiseled Futura right there, and the name ME controller, it's renamed. Sneaky thing. So a bunch of silly stuff like that, backwards water, fake water, and these are really cool. All these little mushrooms that you would get down below when you're mining around, those act as petals. You can use these 1-for-1 as anything that needs a petal in Botania. So if we take a look at that, you can use it any place that it needs a white petal. You can use the white flower. So pretty cool. Most of this is just junk. There was one thing, and I agree with Thor, the only thing that really jumped out as being very useful: cow in a jar. Now we can get milk. That's pretty much it. Everything else, I'm going, yeah, maybe play with. Okay, the rainbow lamps are kind of cool looking. I got a couple of these lamps. This chiseled material, I think this is just chiseled blocks, 721 blocks. I don't think I've got a full diamond block worth out of there. All right, so new quests, those need to be done, and I'll unlock those as I can. One of the things that I wanted to do, one of the quests I can do over here, I had made the refractory wax and honey drop. Let's go ahead and retrieve that, and that completed that quest. And I'm trying to remember, where is that quest anyway? Honey drop is Life of the Forest. Hey, it's the one right above. So, you know, I've made some of these things. I've made a centrifuge. I've made an apiary. I've made attracting bees. I did that out in the Nether. I haven't done the better home. This is the bee house. I haven't made that yet. But there's a bunch of stuff in here that this gives me a great idea of where to go and what to do rather than the guide. Now, yes, thank you for updating twice. Can I put you back? No, it's the one-way trip. Anyway, one of the decisions was, because there was so much changed, and the 3 of us, we could go through this and work one by one through these things. And it still took multiple hours to get this done. But for the FTOG public server, we were looking at that and going, probably best is to follow the Modpack author's suggestion and to do a world restart. So there's going to be a wipe and restart of that. The question was put out to the FTOG community, and they decided, they would like to go ahead and do a restart. I think it was like 100% unanimous. Everybody was saying, yeah, we'll do that. One of the things that, because of the way I've got my stuff, I would like to jump onto steel casing and do a bunch of these things that I've done here with mechanism, because I've got my mechanism stuff right there, and I've got my osmium over there, and all the rest. The problem, though, is this requires the Osmium Quest, which is back here. There's osmium, which requires empowered enori crystal. Well, I didn't make it through there. Let's take a look at enori or osmium. Osmium. Why would it need the enori crystal? None of these seem to make sense. I got the dust. And now to get the dust, we can crush, lots of crushing. I got this. I got it from crushed stone, and you can see the percentage. That's tens, hundreds. It was 5,000th of a percent of getting osmium dust. And so once I got that first one, I went ahead and used it. Osmium ore. How do we get osmium ore? Laser combiner. It's gated much further down the line, and so that's one of those issues where, yeah, because of doing this, which was earlier on in the previous Modpack version, I've gone ahead and bypassed a bunch of this stuff. So I already have osmium. I've got a bunch of the other things. I'm just kind of locked. I'm gonna have to work my way there. Speaking of working my way there, I went ahead and made one of these Interlinked Chests, and this collector has to be on the side. It can't be on the top because this opens up, and so it can't have anything on top of it. And I started moving some of my items from the mob farm over there, just because I was getting lazy and I didn't want to run over, and I need to get all the rest of the bits and stuff that's way over there and get it brought into here. I've got a couple more spots. I think I need 1 or 2 more of these 2x2s, but this is something that gives me a large amount of collection space. I also have a bunch of drives in here now, and I probably won't make any more storage because I've got gobs and gobs there. Anyway, so one of the things that I do want to do is to get that going. Let's take a look back at the quest. To get this going, this requires empowered enori crystal. Well, that doesn't really help. What I would like to do, if we go to useful additions, I've got the empowered Restonia. Well, let's take a look at what it takes to do empowered enori. To do empowered enori, that needs plume. Well, I can do that easy. I've made some of those already. Adhesive, well, that needs embers, and I haven't done anything with embers other than make the pipe, but that's doable. White rock wool, well, regular rock wool, and I wish it wouldn't cycle through all these. One of these rock wools will give me, there's the recipe. To make this regular light gray, you just smelt slag, which you get from the induction smelter, which is a whole bunch of this crafting stuff. And that means invar and lights, steel plates and hardened casing, and, so it's crafting, it's doable, but I just haven't done that yet. Let's go back. Oops, too far. And then the chaos coal. Well, that's just coal coke and chaos. Yeah, I could do that. The problem is it's far more than I want to go through right now, but I can do it. The other thing I was looking at, Palace. Now, Palace has been blocking me for several other things that I would like to do, and that needs cobalt ingots. Well, I've got cobalt ingots. I've got the stardust. Yarn balls were pretty easy to make. That's just string and any sort of shard. Well, I had the shards left around. The last thing to do for this is the blue dye, and it will only take the extra utilities blue dye. I can't use lapis, which is a blue dye. So to make this, I've got to crush. I've got to use the crusher, crush blue wool or blue carpet, and there's a 5% chance of getting out blue dye. That's how I read it. I'll get 3 string and a 5% chance of blue dye. That means I'm going to have to crush a whole bunch. But if we go take a look at the quests, this is quite crushing. This one here requires quite crushing. And this one, so I just need to make this crusher. I don't even have to crush anything. It will give me 4 blue dyes as a reward. So hallelujah, that's going to be fantastic. So let's go take a look at what I need for the crusher. And for that, just iron, any sort of sticky, any pistons, and the machine blocks. And I think I've got the stuff right here. So I made all those bits before. Oh, quest advanced, yay. And I'm thinking I will stick that over here, because it's kind of one of the random things. Let's go ahead and whack this so it will out me power. And boom, instant power, which is cool. Not that I actually need to do anything with it right now, because I will get from the quest the blue dye. Yay, blue dye. Alright, so that should give me everything I need here. So let's go ahead and put my palace block right there, and we'll put you there and you there, and I don't need, I think this will only take one. Yep, it'll only take one. Cool. And my stardust, doink, blue laser. Alright, so that will go ahead and do those bits, and I've got enough power here. Let's see, how's that doing? Yeah, it's slowly draining down the power I have in this cable, and then it's going to go ahead and drain out the rest. And that's 50 million RF. So this should go however long it takes. I have no idea how fast this is. Looking at that, actually, with these relays, they're pretty fast. Looking at how fast that power is going up. So that will go ahead and get me the palace crystal done, and then I'm thinking that will unlock a bunch of other options. With this, oh, greenhouse glass. I didn't realize I could do greenhouse glass with that. Okay, very interesting. That actually will speed up any growth underneath it. Not that I really need any growth, but let's look at these. This one here. One of the quests require me to make the advanced electronic circuit, and I've got everything. I can make the electrum blend. I've done that before, but this alubrus, what on earth is this? This is aluminum, brass, and just ground up. I've got that. I've got that right over here. I've got that over here. There's an aluminum brass, and let's go ahead and let's see if I crouch so I don't. Oh, I can't crouch too long. There we go. I didn't want my my magnet to pick it up. There's the alubrus dust. Cool. That'll work for that. What else can I do with this? But that was one of the things that was blocking me from going a bunch further with Tech Reborn, was that right there, which is annoying. And oh, I'm gonna need the empowered enori, or the empowered palace crystal to get the machine frame, which unlocks a whole bunch of RF tool bits and tungsten steel. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Alright, I'm going to let this sit and craft, and while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and eat me some yummy beef and barley soup. And no more blue lines. So there's my palace, and let's break that down, and that should trigger my quest. Yay! And while I was waiting for that to charge up, I went over to my wood cutting area and grew some individual trees. So I've got 16 each of these leaves, because these gardens, the arid garden, frost shaded, soggy, tropical, and windy gardens, all, well, let's take a quick look. If you take some grinder on the leaves, you've got a 25% chance of getting one of these plants. And I've got 16 of each, because I've got my little mana shears, so I figured, why not? Let's go ahead and try this out. I'm curious to see if this will work. So let's move you out of the way. All right, Birchie, you go in there. And yep. Will that grind? Oh, it did. Oh, cool, cool, cool. Well, that's 2, 3, 4. It may have popped in, but I just don't see it. Let's go grab the next set and toss that in there. All right, so let's go take a look at the quest. So I'm getting this so that I can start work on the Master Chef. I want to get a bunch of foods in me, which will definitely help with my hearts, which will help with something else. But at this point, nope. I wanted useful additions. That is now done. Let's claim that. And I was looking at the empowered enori. The problem with this is it does require having embers. One of the pieces in there needs dawnstone, and I just don't have any dawnstone. Rainbow lamps, yay! More rainbow lamps. So that's the thing that I'm sadly lacking. And is there anything in here now? No. All right, I'm guessing it may want players to do this, so let's grab one of these. And any more lurking in here? Yeah, let's grab these guys out. Rotten. All right, so if I grind you, well, let's look at this thing again. Yeah, a grinder, stone. To me, it sounds like rock crusher. Nah, well, maybe that might also work, but no, it's looking like it needs that. So let's go ahead and keep trying. Nope. I'm guessing maybe 25% is lying. That would not be very nice or make me happy. Alright, let's go ahead and stomp on this. That's a big negatory. I got a tree. I'm supposed to get this shaded. Alright, let's check again. Rock grinder on that. Let's look at the uses of the rock grinder. But if we grind, so all those things, we've done that. That'll make those. Let's go from the back. So yeah, see, it's saying 25% unless it's completely lying. Well, these are pretty much that way. So, oh, do you see what I'm seeing here? Diamond. Unless, no, there are only diamonds showing up here. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, no, this shows so I don't get it. These things should be working unless it really is a much lower percentage. And if that's the case, I'm just going to have to process a whole bunch of these guys through here. Well, that kind of bites. I was hoping to get a whole bunch of this going. Let's turn that back on. Might as well grind those up. Fortunately, with the shears, I can go ahead and process a whole bunch of these leaves. I've got tons and tons of saplings way over there, so that's not a problem. But it's really strange that it's lying to me, saying that 25%, because that's not 25% there. Oh well, I really do want to get these going because I really want to get the gardens going. I could just go straight to the market, although I do want to get these. That will give me a bunch of the various foods that I need. Best way of obtaining the trees needed for making them is by fishing them out with a survivalist fishing rod. Yeah, earlier on, that's a good way of getting those. But the market's really good. With emeralds, I can get all the various seeds I need. Except I don't want to necessarily use up my emeralds doing that when I can get some of these. And the reason why I want to do that is I want to go ahead and get sugar cane. This little bad boy here, with sugar cane, I can, here in the Runic Altar, I can make water runes. Now let me show you what I've got going on over here and why I want that. thump, zip up, and one more because I got lazy and didn't want to climb up that much more. I went ahead and made some stuff here. In fact, let's go ahead and grab 9 charcoal blocks over here, dump, and it's going to be noisy. Okay, it's good if you stand back. And oh, wait a second, my spreader's gone. Well, no, it's hiding underneath there, underneath this mana splitter, pointing up, and it's within range of all those, and it works really, really nicely because it's right on this. It just spews right away. There's no delay. All 9 of these are pushing through that really fine. I probably could get a second batch of these pushing through this exact same mana spreader and working just fine because it's so close. Likewise, over here, I went ahead and made a Runic Altar, and underneath this mana pool is another mana spreader pointing to this Runic Altar. I like that. I don't have to see the mana spreaders around very much. This one's yellow because I've got the alchemic catalyst underneath it, and when I make the other catalyst, what's the other catalyst? Yeah, the conjuration catalyst. Oh, that's now red. Okay, so that needs the alchemy catalyst, and then the elementium, which needs the portal to Alfheim, which I'm going to stick over here. Got stuff ready, got sparks, but to make that happen, make that portal happen, I need to get the Terra Steel, which needs the agglomeration plate, which needs one of each of the air, earth, fire, water, and mana runes, and I'm stuck because I don't have my sugarcane. There we go. The sugarcane here, that's necessary for the water rune. You know, I've got the mana power, mana steel, bone meal, fishing rods. I can do all that, but sugarcane. Sugarcane, I've got, well, UU matter, that's not happening. I don't have sugar blocks. I don't have any of the mystical agriculture. I'm not processing any scrap boxes. And the botanic miner has a really, really tiny chance, even with a lens on it. I don't see a preferred lens on it. It's still a teeny tiny amount of chance of getting that, and I have nowhere near getting close to that. That needs it. That needs it. I can crop stuff with it. This is the only way I see of getting it. Making a glistening melon on a pumpkin will get me a sugar cane, and for this, well, I can do this. Gold nuggets and melon slices, that's not a problem. Ooh, I can also do it that way in Starlight Infuser. I need to get a Starlight Infuser, but I need 9.5 hearts. I have, well, if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've got 8 hearts. I need 2 more. Oh, wait a second. 9.5 hearts. Is that, no, I might be able to do it right now. Because that's 16 hearts, isn't it? No. I need 10 hearts. I need 10 hearts to get the 9.5. I will have half a heart left. So that means I need to eat 100 foods from Pam's. And if we take a look at Pam's, wow, that I need to eat 100 food items in here, and there's lots and lots and lots of these things, but I need the different supplies, these seeds and plants and whatnot, to make that happen. And once I get those 2 hearts, then I can make sugarcane, and then I can make this, and then that unlocks a bunch of the stuff that requires elementium. Dang it. So that's a whole lot of work. And let's go see, did our thing grind up any gardens? I'm guessing probably not. See? Alright, I think that's completely broken, or I'm extremely unlucky. Dang it. Oh well, I'm going to have to play with the market. That's what I'm going to have to do. Anyway, so we've got a brand new feel of this mod pack. We are on the latest version now. We've got all the quests. I'm caught up mostly with the quests, because there's a bunch of things that I've created and built legitimately that I got without doing the quests beforehand, because, you know, brand new. So there's a little bit of that cleanup that needs to be done. But other than that, yeah, we're going to go ahead and continue on with this Modpack, and the public server is getting wiped and restarted. And so, you know, if you wanted to jump on that, you certainly can. You can go to ftog.net. There's a location there for how to apply to get on the whitelist, and then you can play. It's just that easy. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the Modern Skyblock 2 server, getting a few things done. At least a whole bunch of quests. Thanks for watching. Bye.